सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे परम्पराम्. Continue from where we in the previous session. Verse 40 of chapter 4 is giving us the important dissipators, those that prevent the knowledge from forming itself, from being established. As we've been mentioning, Shastra mentions that the real purpose of real utility of one's life is in knowing, recognizing who you essentially are. And don't take these as words. Start by accepting that however much I may think I know myself, in the vision of the Shastra, I am an ignorant person. You see, when a child is playing and child takes on the role of a adult, when you have fancy dresses and really small children, and when they dress up like adults and they are playing, so amongst them one becomes a teacher, one becomes a student, and then the small girl or the small boy will pretend as if it's got a, very interesting their behavior is. They are literally living the role at that time, thinking that they know, that they are the teacher. So when they start doing that, you automatically realize the child believes he knows, but the adult around, who is also participating and maybe as a child himself, herself, is sitting, or he's sitting in the room where the child is becoming the master, the teacher, haath mein ruler pakad ke, and you're sitting like a student, niche bed ke, and you're doing that and everything you're following. In your mind, what do you know about the child? Child thinks he knows. But you know very well that the child is only thinking he knows. But when he grows up, he will realize that everything that he thought he knew was essentially not something that was knowledge. It was a imagination. It was, in the real sense, delusion. Delusion in the English word is the correct word, conveying very well the state of mind of an ignorant person. An ignorant person believes he knows. He is full confident about his knowledge, fully confident. He has no sanshaya with reference to what he thinks he knows as an individual. उसमें उसको संशय नहीं है. And the lakshana of the ignorance is, in this context, that he has a doubt in what the Shastra says. Sanshaya buddhi means उसको अपनी बुद्धि पे संशय नहीं है. उसको शास्त्र जो कह रहा है उस पे संशय है. उसको अपनी समझ लेके डाउट नहीं है. उसको शास्त्र ने कहा कि जो तुम सोच रहे हो या तुम आफ्टर दिस life also there will be another life. The cycle is continuous. There is no end to this as long as you're an ignorant person. The sharir is not you. The sharir will go through its shad vikar. लेकिन तुम इससे अलग हो. तुम ना मरते हो, ना जन्म होता है तुम्हारा, ना कोई विकार ही होता है उसमें. तुमको कुछ टच ही नहीं कर. यू आर ऑफ अ प्योर सच्चित आनंद स्वभाव. You are of that स्वभाव. That what you are as Satchitanand is Atma. That you are as Asat Achit Dukham, Ananandam, Dukham. That you believe that you know that there is happiness in the world. That you think that yes, by aspiring for few things and little name, fame, power, position, status, knowledge, acquired intelligence, everything, you may figure out material world. You may figure out how to procure or expand or multiply whatever is available in the material world. But that you are Satchitananda, क्या अपने आप से कभी भी will you ever have that doubt that you are Satchidananda? Here he said very, very importantly, he says the person who is doubting the very words that are hitkari to you, they are beneficial to you. They are hitkari to you. तुम्हें तुम्हारा स्वभाव जो reveal कर सकता है, your true nature, one that can reveal that to you, तुम उसी पे संशय करते हो. How we often say in a लौकिक व्यवहार also, if you start, what is that कहावत? There is a कहावत, जो तुम्हारा भला चाहता है, अगर तुम उसी को डाउट करते हो तो इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य तुम्हारा नहीं हो सकता. The one who's trying to be your beneficiary, trying to give you the advice in your interest, trying to tell you what is good for you for your sake, and in spite of that you have sanshaya buddhi. The first thought in the world when you ask someone, if you're trying to help them absolutely without any personal motive, they'll say, why are you trying to help me? तुम्हारा फायदा क्या है? What will you get out of this? The very first thought that they have, and the very first thought that they have is, why is this person trying to help me? There must be some hidden agenda. That means the very person who is trying to be a benefactor, you don't even have that much discernment, that much buddhi. You don't even have that much recognition of who is beneficial to you and who is not. When someone is truly in motive beneficial to you, and you have a sanshaya buddhi there, we are talking even in Laukik terms, that itself is generating the papam. Here in 40th verse he's saying that Shastra is the supremost hitaishi. Hitaishi means just, its only agenda is your benefit. Shastra doesn't get a benefit if you're a follower of the Shastra. If you understand the Shastra. Shastra, it's a one-sided benefaction. It is a one-sided transaction. It is a one-sided vyavhar. From Shastra to us, it is only flowing. Like water flows from higher to lower, the gyan that is there in Shastra is only flowing down. Who's the Hitaishi? When the water is held at a higher level and you are at a lower level, if the water is not to flow down, how will you benefit from it if you need water? That's the nature of Shastra and the Parampara. That it holds itself in its own fort. Shastra doesn't need us. This knowledge doesn't need any follower. It doesn't need anybody to validate it. If we need the knowledge, then Shastra is fully there flowing in the Parampara. So that each one who wants quenches their thirst with it. That Hitaishi, to that degree, he says, the one who doubts this, believing that whatever I see in the world is real knowledge. शास्त्र तो मतलब किसने देखा क्या है? You would say, who knows? कौन मानता है? कौन जानता है? आपने देखी आत्मा? आपको पता है? अच्छा, forget आपको जो पढ़ा रहे हैं, समझा रहे हैं, उन्होंने देखी आत्मा? उनको पता है? You see such kind of tarka that comes up, and that tarka itself is of a nature where your senses and the knowledge of this life, the more one can talk on it, the less it seems. How are we so sure that between this birth and death I have no other existence? When you see so many life forms around you, how do you suspect that again or never again will you have another life expression? That you will not experience another life expression? How do you suspect that I will just die and that will be end of it all? If it was to be the end of it all, what are the seasons rolling for? What is the sun for? What are life and creation for? For whom is it? If you go along with Shastra, you understand that this nature of revealing yourself, the nature in Shastra to reveal your nature is what I mean. That it reveals itself. When it reveals itself to you, your nature, and you doubt, how can it be true? Who said I've not? Of course I'm born. Then the best part is when people say, you are above the pairs of opposites. Sukh aur dukh ke upar ho. The instant question, or a lot of times, okay, especially when people who teach this mostly were sannyasis in those days, path of nivritti adopted in their life. And if they said something to the householder, the question would be, how would you know? You don't know the troubles. How can you talk? Don't be attached. It's we who have a family. If we have a family, then but natural, there is a attachment to the members, etc., etc. Now, suddenly there can be no question to it because the context is changed. That papam means what here? It is a deliberately done. I can't call it physical action because it's not a physical action. Thought is an action. So what have you done with the sanshaya buddhi there? You have generated the seed which will grow tomorrow to become an obstacle for your knowledge. How? It will cease to give you an opportunity. It will not generate an opportunity. Let's put it this way. It will not generate an opportunity for Vedanta Shravanam. It will not generate the opportunity of Vedanta Shastram in the sense of Prakriya which unfolds Atma Vidya. I'm very, very certain and I'm very, very definite and I'm very, very loud on it always. बहुत किस्म के Vedanta platters हैं. There's many kind of knowledge everywhere. What knowledge do you want will be discerned by you. That Vedanta will take you up to the point of moksha. Vedanta is meant for moksha. Only a moksha arthi will derive the nectar of the knowledge which will aim for moksha. If you are not a moksharthi, the same knowledge will give you something else and something else and something else. It will come, keep filling you at some level because it is an absolute knowledge. It will have branches and branches and branches, and everything will give you. Ultimately, it is all to do with you. So it will bring you back some gain. But papam generated means sanshay rakh liya. The very opportunity to hear is not fructifying in the environment. All of us know, especially those who have yearned, those जिनको chance से मिल गया है, I don't know about that. Some purvam you are bringing with you. But those who have yearned for the knowledge, they recognize this very, very well. That the moment this word had been heard in that lifetime, whether you were 5-year-old, 15-year-old, 50-year-old, doesn't matter. But if you were yearning for it and suddenly you hear it, the whole world falls on one side and the knowledge goes completely to the other side. Why? Suddenly you realize कुछ इस सृष्टि में अलग हो गया. From where did that opportunity arise? Whatever you seek, I gave you the example long ago. If you idolize anybody in life, like say a Hollywood or a Bollywood star, and you're traveling from one place to another, and you suddenly find that your seat is next to that star. You have been in awe of that star most part of your life, and then suddenly out of nowhere you find that your seat is next to this in the flight. Whew, what is it? Excitement and joy. उस time में ऐसा लगता है ऐसे पता नहीं क्या मिल गया. How lucky am I? How thank you God. Everything comes out at that stage. Thank you. Just another star, just another person. But for you, that thing holds a lot of value. If by any chance someone who values the knowledge, and your whole life can go without having heard that, has anybody ever contemplated on this? That's what the verse had said before. What is to the ignorant day, to the wise is night, and what to the wise is night is day to the ignorant. Can you contemplate even for a fraction of a second कि आपकी पूरा जन्म बीत गया और आप forget गीता का अध्ययनम at this level now that we have arrived, forget that you never had an exposure to all this. And if someone did also, switch channels and you see all program and you say, why इनमें क्या रखा हुआ है? That contemplation also, that a life can go by without knowing this. That seed you have sown somewhere. And that seed is what the Shastras pointed, Sanshaya. Sanshaya in the Paramarthik Drishti. Sanshaya in the Param Atma, not as an entity, Brahman, as Paramatma. That you are. How can you not be knowing that? Because I am breathing, I am feeling, I am sensing, I am awake, I am alert, and all this is falling actually in my awareness. And this awareness has not got conditioned to the waking state, is not conditioned to my dream state, is not conditioned by my sleep state. They seem to be having a cyclical existence of its own, and I seem to be, or rather at this stage, if you're ignorant, you seem to be still awareing the three, and the three just seem to be replacing, and yet the placement of my identity seems to be fixed between the three changing cycles. Dream, sleep, fifth. Dream, sleep, waking, dream, sleep, waking. And my identity seems to be caught up in the three, whereas even now, if you have the Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata, the Shravanam of Vedanta itself should be able to give you the knowledge, that cognition that I am awareness, the seer of the three, that I am not the one who is caught up in the three. I am the very seer of the three. In me, the three is seen. In me means you identify with that awareness. You know that the awareness is there also. Just as the three is there in you, the awareness is also there in you. And so he said, Papa Papishthaha, the greatest of papam, highest papam, is to have this sanshaya. So Shastra warns, and Shankara here has warned in the introductory line of verse 40. He says, never doubt the Shastra. If that's why Arjuna, we say that Parampara says Arjuna is a representative of all of us. Why? Because Arjuna did not doubt what Krishna said. He became a student. He said to Krishna, you have said everything correct, but I haven't understood. Whatever you have said must be right, but I don't understand. Can you please say it again? Forget this. My joy always has been in stating this again. After the whole Mahabharata was over, and then suddenly after few months or years had gone, and Krishna was about to leave, and Arjuna says on retrospect, hey Krishna, they were sitting at one of the last evening's coffee house together, probably sharing a coffee at that stage, and suddenly tells Krishna, hey Krishna, तुमने मुझे कुछ बहुत अच्छा बताया था उस battlefield पे, कुछ क्या था वो? They're sitting having their multi-grain soup stick along with it. I can't think of anything else at this stage. And they're having that over their cappuccinos, and suddenly Arjuna tells Krishna, he says, you told me something very nice on the battlefield. Entire 700 verses Vyasa has compiled on that knowledge. The knowledge which revived Arjuna from absolutely downtrodden state to the state where he woke up to recognize what he must live in his life for. What is his present state? What must he do now in his present condition? How much more practical does the knowledge get? He says, अब तुम्हारी situation क्या है? इस situation में तुम्हें क्या करना है? The knowledge is about that. He's standing in the battlefield and he's saying, मुझे संन्यास लेना है. And here, a teacher of the category of Ishvara himself, coming as a friend, telling him, Uttishta, Ut. Even in this verse, he's going to somewhere mention Uttishta, last verse. 42nd verse also, he will say, Uttishta, get up. This is not becoming of you at all. This is not a human expression to slip to such a stage where you are not even recognizing a situation में what should you be doing? तुम्हें क्या करना चाहिए? So you have to have that objectivity or that discernment with you all the time. Where do you place yourself in your present situation and how do you aspire for it? All that is a job of one lifetime. How do you aspire for the higher? This is your graph. This is your map. How do you start from where you are and come to where Shastra says you are really speaking? This is a graph of one lifetime. In a lifetime, this is what you cover yourself. So Krishna tells Arjuna, he says at this stage of circumstance, yes, Atma Vidya will free you of all moha and shoka. But at this time, you're supposed to act in this situation. You're not supposed to sit down and say, I'll live on bhiksha. अब तुम्हें कर्म करने की जरूरत है. And because this karma should not bind you further, therefore, how do you connect it to your highest that you are also supposed to have as a goal in your life, this life? Moksha should also be your goal. You should aspire for it. Doesn't matter how many janmas is not the concern. But did you even entertain that? So to move also towards that, not to get caught up in this karma born from ahankar or raga dvesh, is karam ko tum yog drishti se karo, and because of that you will qualify yourself for that knowledge which will liberate you in your life. You will become an adhikari for the jnanam. Paap is what? Denying yourself all this roadmap, a clear roadmap. It's like आप निकल गए यात्रा पे, आपको पता नहीं आपको जाना कहाँ है, आपके पास कोई गाइड नहीं है, आप थोड़ा टाइम तो चल लेते हो enthusiasm में, मजे से, enjoying my journey. After some time, few years of your life, are you still enjoying the journey? You lost. Most of us say by the time we reach middle age, we are lost people. We don't know. And up to the point you're getting married and you have the first child, पहले ज़माने में अलग बात थी. अब तो by the first child also people have started feeling a sense of now what in life? Now what? What more in life? Now what more in life is exactly the question that you ask a long, long, long time before. If you don't even entertain that question and do not get that opportunity means papanishta. You generated the seed. How? That seed is sanshaya. And sanshaya itself multiplies in the sense that you don't get the availability at all of having heard, or if you hear it, you hear just the ulta. What would be the ulta of a moksha? Sansara. The संसार की गति कैसे बनती है आपको वो ज्ञान की दृष्टि से मिलेगा, as if it's knowledge, and you will not know how papam becomes an obstacle. Means it generates situations and circumstances in such a way that the knowledge remains aloof from you. As if there are many stotras which a student prays to Ishvara. May the knowledge never remain aloof from, may even Bhadram Karne bhi, may the knowledge not deny me. May I not deny the knowledge. May the knowledge not deny me. What does that mean? May the knowledge not deny me. That the knowledge can deny me means what? The knowledge may not be available to me. I can't take it for granted. That it may not be available to me is a possibility. That papa means highest papa. And as we said, the generation of the cycle that it propagates. Sanshaya in Vedanta Shastram, Veda Shastram, whether it is Karma Kand or it is Jnana Kand. Sanshaya in either of them produces that nature of karma. It generates that nature of karma, which you will not see straight away, but it will fructify in itself at some point of time, that you will search very hard for the right knowledge. It's not an easy access. I often reflect on life, our life, and I think some people have got into the right format, everything right. And you realize, no, we struggled fair bit to actually come to this point also. Why? Because somewhere your own purvam must have become an obstacle. Good or bad doesn't matter. But that it is not the straight road. That you aspired for it in a straight way, but you, despite every genuine effort of yours, something else fructified. That's something else that it's a very essential caution. Gita में ये कहा गया है. It's not Upanishad. Upanishad में यानी Upanishads में अलग तरीके से कहा है. But we are in the context of Gita. He says, be watchful that you at least control your thoughts to the degree that you will not doubt the very Shastram. If this Shastram is talking about your moksha, and if you are earned enough, the one who's explaining it to you is also talking about your moksha. If that is so, Sanshaya will be that seed which will cause vinashyati, your spiritual downfall. And this is not something which is scary. This is not something which is meant to frighten. This is actually just a caution and a warning, because the real point is said in the previous verse, which a moksha adhikari will be. वो तो श्रद्धावान है, वो तो प्रणिपात है, वो तो he is in that mode. But sometimes, he says, Agneha, Ashraddha, and Sanshaya are three things in one's own mental temperament. Verse 40. First line. हमारे temperament में ये तीन चीजें हैं, और इन तीनों में they cause the downfall of your own spiritual gati. They will remove the opportunity from your life. They will remove the fructification of knowledge arriving at the level of mananam. You are supposed to hear and then sit in reflection over the knowledge, absorb the knowledge till it has fructified in your thinking as your knowledge. Till that stage, there will be breakup. There will be a breakup of the knowledge itself. You won't be able to absorb it. So he says these three are those that cause spiritual downfall. And this, he says, Shankara gives very beautiful connection to this three. The Moolam only says these three. And what is that downfall? That is that you will not get sukham. Here also you won't even get the normal things that life gives to you, which means power, position, money, fame, comfort. वो भी नहीं मिलेगा तुमको. वो नहीं मिलेगा. Second, तुमको future life, higher state, you will not get it there also. Last, forget about the param sukham. You will not get that also. Moolam is only telling us this much. But Bhashyam, Shankara draws a comparison in the three because he said papishtaha. Amongst these three, he says, which is the greater pap generator? That's a nice word. Papa generator. It generates pap. Which is the worst papa generator or the best papa generator? I will not know how to put this. Which will create the maximum worst kind of papam? He says the worst papam will be, he'll talk about it and we'll just start the Bhashyam. I will share the screen. You can see the screen?
Yes, Deepti ji.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Do the technique. Okay, great. So he says here, Shruti can follow. Agnyascha,
Agnyascha,
Anatmagnyascha,
Anatmagnyascha,
Ashraddadhanascha,
Ashraddadhanascha,
Guru Vakya Shastreshu,
Guru Vakya Shastreshu,
Avishvasavan,
Avishvasavan,
Cha Samshayatma,
Cha Samshayatma,
Cha Samshayachittascha,
Cha Samshayachitascha,
Vinashyati.
Vinashyati.
He's talking about Agnyascha, the very first word here, what we did in the previous class. This Agnyascha meant Anatmagnyascha. See here, Bhashyakara is saying this, Anatmagnyascha. Ignorance किसे कहते हैं? Ignorance is not another entity in us, जिसको हमें घिसा घिसा के हटाना या साधना कर करके हटाना है. Ignorance is not a expression. As it express, it's not a positive entity is what I mean. It expresses itself as being knowledgeable about what Shastra calls as anatma. Anatma जिसको अनात्मा कहती है, which is all जड़ वस्तु, which is all सृष्टि, which is all शरीर, which is all your सूक्ष्म शरीर, which is all your कारण शरीर, the sthula sukshma sharira here and the sthula sukshma sharira prapancha itself, that means right up to the stage of Ishvara Hiranyagarbha, up to the sthula jagat, external scene, internal body, mind, your own latent carry on seeds, all of this Shastra says is anatma. है नहीं, real नहीं है, सत्य नहीं है. बट हमें क्या लगता है? हमें ये सत्य लगता है. However much the Shastra tells me ये सत्य नहीं है, हमें ये सत्य नहीं है नहीं लगता. हमें इधर आत्मा लगता है. आत्मा is another word for सत्य बुद्धि. सत्यम. What is सत्यम? सत्यम को ही आप आत्मा बोल लो. That आत्मा हमें दुनिया में दिखती है, रियल दिखती है, हमें में दिखती है, हमें अपने अंदर दिखती है, हमारा शरीर हमें सत्य दिखता है, etc. So what Shastra calls as Anatma, we call as Atma. So actually Agnya means what? ये जो हमारा अनात्मा को आत्मा मानना है, शास्त्र इसको अज्ञान कहता है. यही ignorance है. That I call this prapancha, Sura Sukshma Sharira, Jada Vastu, as real. Shastra says, this is your ignorance. उसको ये सत्य मानना, इसको ignorance कहते हैं. You have to correct the notion. You have to see facts. And the fact is that they are all jadam. They don't exist without this you. And this you is not this jiva who also exists because of you, the highest, the Paramatma. Paramatma as in not an entity, as Brahman. So your knowing the world as real is anatma gnaha. Gnaha is knower. Knower of anatma. जिसको शास्त्र अनात्मा कह रहा है, उसको आप आत्मा कह रहे हो, और वही अज्ञान है, शास्त्र कहता है. This is the description of Agnya. Agnya, Anatmagnya is going to cause Vinashyati. This will cause, this is the first sentence. First, you can say first point. First fall will be when the more Satyatva Buddhi in Anatma you have, more chances of you having destruction is there. Then second is Ashraddhanaha, not having Shraddha. That's all. Means you are the one who is not having Shraddha, period. In what? Guru Vakya Shastreshu. Normally the krama should be Shastra Guru Vakyeshu. शास्त्र के अकॉर्डिंग गुरु बोलता है. गुरु वो नहीं है जो अपने मन की बोलता है या अपना ही एक नया मार्ग निकाल लेता है. I know, I have experienced, this is the way you take your steps and you will reach. This is how I have reached. This is my personal experience. Therefore, on faith you also start off. Chance, risk. No. He says, Guru actual वो होता है. According to Vedanta, Guru is only one who is giving you Vakya Shastra. He is only explaining the Shastra ke Vakya. And you have a doubt in that. You doubt the Guru and you doubt the Shastra. And this is a very essential point. A lot of us very easily call it, aap to Guru hai, aap to Guru hai, aap to Guru hai, but you don't even understand what that means. Because for you, the Guru actually means those who do mystical things. Those who will do miracles for you, those who will, there are many meanings, each one has their own independent interpretation of who a Guru should be. Who should be my Guru? You know, our concept of Guru is also who should be my Guru. That itself is confusion. He says, Guru to usi ko keh sakte ho, जो वाक्य शास्त्र के वाक्य को अनफोल्ड करे, और वो अपने आप से नहीं कर सकता है. उसको भी किसी गुरु ने एक्सप्लेन किया है. वो गुरु ने किसी को, दैट आदि परंपरा, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द वेरी फर्स्ट गुरु, दैट विच हैज बीन, एंड यू डाउट द वेरी manifestation who is explaining that. He says you have, forget doubt. At this point he's saying आपको श्रद्धा नहीं है उसमें. Here Shankara is giving this meaning for ashraddhanaha. You don't have shraddha. You can call anybody a guru. That's the best part in this modern world especially. It is very easy to make guru, multiple gurus also. But you will have shraddha in nobody. Now, if you don't have shraddha in your, firstly, you don't know who a guru is. You will call anybody and everybody, I don't know. I will not get into that because it's a whole topic in itself. That ashraddhana, in spite of you choosing someone, you will have ashraddha there. This, what is that ashraddha? Shankara gives a very beautiful meaning. Again, as I said, Shankara is one of the greatest demystifiers, I would call them. He removes all nonsensical thinking from one's head. You know, avishvasavan. Remember again, dhanavan. Who is this person? This person has a vishwas, a shraddha, because shraddha can have You don't know how to understand that word. He says, अविश्वास तो आप समझते हो, आप विश्वास नहीं करते गुरु में अपने. कौन सा गुरु? जो शास्त्र वाक्य को एक्सपाउंड कर रहा है, उसमें आपको विश्वास नहीं है. च एंड मोर ओवर संशय आत्मा च, संशय चित्त. ही सेज उसका मन संशय से भरा हुआ है, अश्रद्धा भी है, उस पे वो छोड़ता नहीं है. It's almost like saying, what is that English kahavat, cherry on top? What does that mean? Without the cherry also the dish is complete. But when you put that cherry on top, it means to say you have enhanced it. You have enhanced it by that little farak, of adding a cherry on it. In the same way, Ashraddha was good enough to destroy you, but you've added a cherry on it. What is that? Sanshaya. That Sanshaya has worked like a cherry now. It has completely, your mind has Sanshaya Atma, he is calling it. That Atma means mind here. Your mind entertains all kinds of doubts with it. And to explain that Atma word, Shankara said, Sanshaya Chitta. Means आप सोते उठते जागते बैठते अगर आपके मन में संशय ही चल रहा है, every time you hear this, you have doubts about it. So Sanshaya Chitta Vinashyati. So these three are the ones that are causing Vinasha. And then we'll move further. Ajnashraddadhanau
Ajnashraddadhanau
Yadyapi
Yadyapi
Vinashyatah na tatha
Vinashyatah na tatha
Yatha Samshayatma.
Yatha Samshayatma.
It says Ashraddadhanau means having ashraddha in you. Yadyapi, even though ashraddha, Yadyapi, even though ashraddadhanau, being one who has ashraddha, vinashyatah is enough to cause vinasha. Na tatha yatha samshayatma. He says, even though ashraddha causes vinasha, मगर जैसा विनाश अश्रद्धा करता है वैसा उसके जैसा नहीं संशय करता. Means what he wants to use is, this is Vailakshanya Dharmaha. He wants to say how ashraddha itself will cause vinasha. Sanshaya is worse than that. Means, like I said, cherry on top. One was enough to destroy you, but Sanshayatma is the worst kind of destruction that you can have. In other words, Agneha, ignorant. We all are. The fact you think you're an individual is a lakshana of you being ignorant. Means, I believe I have anatma Gneha. I am an anatma Gneha. I have knowledge of anatma as real. That itself is causing a spiritual fall. But there is a scope, there is a hope, there is a provision that from here you can gain knowledge like Arjuna and lift yourself up. This is one category. But there is a chance, you are Agniyaha, but there is a chance that you can lift yourself by your own path. The second person is one who has Ashraddha. So, if Agniyaha is here, Ashraddha is falling here. He falls further down. Means he has reduced the chances a little more. So if I had 80% chance here being Agniyaha to get some knowledge in my life, to do my purification, to be centered on removing the mala from my mind, from here, if I have Ashraddha, I have reduced the chance to say 30, 20. If I reduce that chance here, then what even further he says is Sanshaya. Sanshaya reduces the chance to virtually nil. This Sanshaya Atma, he says, जो false संशय आत्मा की होती है ना, it is unlike that of the other two. So Shankara has given us the gradation of the worst kind of a obstacle. Which will work as the worst obstacle? Agnya is an obstacle, Ashraddha is an obstacle, Sanshaya is an obstacle. All three of them cause your spiritual downfall, is what the Moolam says. But Shankara, by adding Yatha Samshayatma na tatha Vinashyati, the cause of fall that Sanshayatma does, na tatha, is not the same as what Ashraddhanaha. Why? He gives that example. He gives it further the reason now. Satu
Tatu
Papishtah Sarvesham
Papishtah Sarvesham
Katham
Katham
Nayam Sadharanopi
Nayam Sadharanopi
Lokosti
Lokosti
तथा न परः लोकः अस्ति
तथा न परः लोकः अस्ति
न सुखं
न सुखम्
तत्रापि संशयोत्पत्तेः
तत्रापि संशयो उत्पत्तेः
संशयात्मनः
संशयात्मनः
संशयचित्तस्य
संशयचित्तस्य
तस्मात्
तस्मात्
संशयः न कर्तव्यः.
संशयः न कर्तव्यः.
So he says here, why is this fall the worst for samshaya? He says because all three generate papam. Agyan itself, we have seen this in many ways, in many classes, over many repetitions. Agyan mein hi to hum karam kar rahe hain na. That cycle you have already understood. I have said this also in recent times. It is Agyan which is generating me attached to my Ragadvesh and my hopes and expectations, etc. Makes me do what I should not do. That generates the papam. That is the cycle of Agyanam. Agyan is a generator of Punya, Papam, both. Punyam very rarely, but Papam most often we'll end up doing things we should not be doing. It creates Papam. Ashraddha creates Papam. It's a generator of Papam. Papishtaha. Sarvesham. Amongst all these, he said Sanshayatma was the worst kind of Vinashyati because the Papishtaha, the highest Papam is Samshaya, is generated by Samshaya. In the Shastra and in the Guru Vakya. Guru Vakya according to Shastra, not anything. Just because you call someone a Guru and then that Guru says something and then you start believing in that on your own, I mean, what is the state of your delusion? Is not understandable easily. Now, he says, Papishtaha, Sarvesham meant this Sarvesham here. Sarvesham means it is amongst all the three, the superlative Papam, highest Papam is Samshaya. Katham, how? He says, how do you say? Says Shankara will not leave you with anything unanswered. ये मानने की बात नहीं है just because it is said it is the highest, but let us just write let me not do samshaya because this is the highest papam. Education is what? Shastra is education. Education, he taught us in the previous verse to say question it. How is it the highest papam? Answer. So Shankara himself says he takes on the role of the student here He says a student should have asked me, Katham, how is it the highest papam? Why should I take it on just because you're saying I accept on Shraddha, but I need to understand so that my Nishtha in Jnanam doesn't waver. For my understanding, I need to ask, Katham, how? He says, Na ayam sadharanaha api lokaha asti. For sadharan, जो ये लोक में means your what you call as atma, which is shastra drishti of anatma. In this loka, prithvi loka, your janma, human being, in this lok itself, na ayam, you, this sadharanaha, na sadharanaha, ayam lokaha, na asti. He says, you will not even get the sadharan things of this loka. नास्ति है नहीं इस इंसान के लिए जो साधारण चीजें मिलती है ना इस लोक में क्या मिलता है खाना पीना रहना सोना a house over your heads comfortable food on your good healthy food on your table comfortable people to laugh with to share your sorrows with all this what should be available sadharan how every prani has been provided with basics of life. This person who entertains Sanshaya and Shastra denies himself even the sadharan suvidha that is available in Lokaha. And this is no small thing. And you'll see it in life many times. Even the basics of life they have to struggle very hard for. And the connection will never be made that they will talk of luck. But they will not see that what brought the bad luck, if you call it as luck. It is just that you generate unknowingly. Nobody knows. If you just knew the connection between the two, if your sadharan things are also finding difficulty to be met with, probability is that you have denied with a critical, and this doesn't manifest kal ki aur aaj ho gaya. The downfall that is spoken of is in a time span that we cannot recognize. Our birth lives is the time span, not one birth. Ajnana avastha is entirely our timeline. You know how on Facebook you have your timeline, or I think somewhere else you have a timeline. That timeline is what actually Shastra. Your entire life is your not this life. Till you are in an ajnana avastha, this whole thing is your timeline. In that timeline, Sanshaya Buddhi entertained anyway to Shastra Vidya and Shastra Vidya, which has, repeating myself, beneficiary. It denies you in some timeline the basics of your life. The basic that should be available with least effort. Even a 9 to 5 job should give you. Even job little, well, I am sure you all understand by now what that sadharan suvidha of living a comfortable life is also denied. That is why Vedas put everybody in Karam Kand first. Karam Kand was not a rejection. Karam Kand is an equal praman as Jnana Kand is. Because even to provide yourself with the basics of life, you will have to have Shraddha in alaukika means which generates situations in your life. That was possible through Karam Kand. And in fact, in this portion only, people would tell us that it is easier to find Shraddha in Karam Kand. Many people have Shraddha in Karam Kand and their Shraddha is unwavering. It boils to the point of blind faith because people don't understand the difference between faith and Shraddha. So most of the people have blind faith, and because they have blind faith in it, many of us were put off with it from Karam Kand. But Karam Kand was an opportunity to develop the right qualities. So Shraddha in it, he says, Karam Kand mein to bahut logon ko hai, but Gyan Kand to reduces even further. Most people don't find Shraddha easily for Jnana Kand. That denies us lokaha asti. Tatha na paraha lokaha asti. because you've denied yourself doing karmas that can give you conveniences at another timeline of yours. You know, ये जन्म के बाद फिर maybe after 5 janmas there is another opportunity. I don't know. We are just arbitrarily just saying anything. You know, because Veda gives us whole existential life of ignorance is वेश बदल बदल के external शरीर बदल बदल के तुम हो. That's our timeline. So whether I am in this form and this name, next new form, new name, just as I changed my clothes, I will be changing my body again. My timeline is continuing. My timeline hasn't ended with this body. That timeline in ignorance that continues, if I deny myself the opportunity to do some correct karmas even now, because Karam Kand follower alone gets aspires for some better existence at another time. Paralokaha would mean Swargalokaha. जब वो श्रद्धा ही नहीं है उसको तो वो कर्म ही क्यों करेगा which will give him better lokas. और वो जो कर्म करता है उससे he is only going to fall further into samsara. This is another vortex. I have not touched upon it. Just as punya is, papam is generating a vortex downward, a whirlpool. Do it as a homework for yourself. We don't have the time. Punya means reverse it. If you have shraddha, if you have some vishwas in Shastra, and you have no sanshaya and you are pursuing what Shastra says, you are dealing with your ignorance, that will generate the punyam. The very Shravanam of Vedanta is generating that little punyam that is needed to hold on to that, even when you understand nothing. That is why no teacher had ever denied anybody from hearing Vedanta. But just hearing Vedanta, earning the punyam, if you do not utilize that punyam for purushartha, nishchaya again, it will get exhausted like any other punyam. So he said here, that cycle is an independent cycle. I'll just complete this. This person will not have shraddha in Karam Kand also, so will deny himself even the opportunity for doing the right karmas which will give him a better loka in another time. Na sukham, and no happiness at all. No peace of mind, take it as that. Na idhar peace of mind hai, na in a future life timeline तुम्हें कहीं peace of mind है, na highest है. Tatrapi, because here in this regard, sanshaya utpatte hai. The utpatti of sanshaya, the generation of doubts. Sanshaya atmanaha. Because of that sanshaya atmanaha is in the moolam. Shankara says, sanshaya chittasya. That utpatti of sanshaya in one's chittam, which is what a human being must manage at that level, through discernment, not through blind faith. So he says, sanshaya chittasya, that sanshaya chitatma only goes following below and below. Tasmat, therefore, what is the advice of the Shastra? Shastra says, Sanshayaha na kartavyaha. Do not entertain sanshaya. Do not doubt the meaning, the purpose, the intention of the Shastra. I'll stick to that. Kasmat, Yasmat. Kasmat is now connecting to the next verse. We will take that tomorrow. And so, here you just see the cycle of papam. Your homework will be to see the cycle of punyam generated. The previous verse. One who has shraddha, one who is etc. How that's, if you get clear about these two cycles, you will navigate your own path very well. It is fairly certain because you will have your own batti here, red alert batti. Those ambulances have the red alert batti goes on every time we deviate into something that can create samsara. That batti will go. So we will stop here and continue tomorrow. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः।